My name is Jack Handy, and I've been coming to Allegro Coaching pretty much since it opened, which is it going on to fourth year?
Fourth year.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think you're one of our first official members.
The main thing is, and the reason why I keep coming back, is because I like the people here. I like the people who, I like you, I like the people who work here, you've got great people here, and I like the people who come here. I mean, I don't think I've ever met anyone here who I didn't feel comfortable with around, and who I didn't feel like there was a real sense of camaraderie and like we're all in this together to make it work, because it's hard work. When I heard that there was going to be boxing classes here, I was like, what? That's awesome. Because, you know, for me, it's like going, just like doing push-ups or you know, lifting weights or something is kind of dull. So I wanted to do something engaging. About 7 years ago, I was, you know, as they say, fat and happy. And well, I wasn't that happy because my wife had cancer and she was, you know, not doing well, and she eventually did pass away. And so I had spent a lot of time just sort of hanging around and, you know, going to work and working from home and sitting around and just eating a lot. And I got to the point where I was basically like scared. I was afraid like to do physical things because my father died when he was 56 of a big heart attack, and he had heart disease and stuff like that. So I was like literally afraid to walk around the block. And after my wife died, I had a lot of time and a lot to think about, and walking started, for me, was a good outlet. You know, it's mindless. It gives me a chance to just, you know, sometimes an activity like that is just really helpful. It helps you think, it helps you clear your mind. And so I went from walking around the block literally a couple times to walking a few blocks to walking 3 or 4 miles a day. And then from there I graduated to riding a bike. I bought a bike and started riding that. And then when I moved to this part of town and you guys opened up, I was really psyched because I was ready to start doing something, really pushing myself. So it's given me a lot of confidence, and it's helped me climb out of a pretty deep hole. Though that was a really difficult time for me, obviously. It was a really hard time in my life, and it was a dark place to crawl out of. And so fitness has been huge in that. And now it's so much a part of my life that if I miss it, if I get sick, or if I get hurt, like I had a little bit of a knee problem this year, it was crawling on my skin not to do it. It's really hard not to, because it's just so much a part of my life. And I like it that it's a part of my life. It's great. Well, I can only speak for myself, because it is sort of an intensely personal thing. When you face fear, it's scary because, you know, it's fear, and therefore it is scary. But if for no other reason than, in my experience, when you're afraid of something, you might not be able to do it tomorrow or next week. You may not be able to conquer that fear right away. But every little battle that you fight and win, even the battles that you lose, if you fight them, you gain a little bit of ground. And so each time you push yourself just a little bit further, you feel the comfort with doing it and the desire to do it more. And then that keeps feeding back into more and more benefit. So the benefit is psychologically great, it's emotionally really good, and it's physically really good. And all of these things work together to really put you in a better place in a lot of ways. That's been my experience. For me, I think it goes back to something that I've already mentioned several times, which is anxiety and fear of doing something, or of trying and failing. One of the great things about exercise and fitness, and Allegro specifically in my experience, is that you come in and you try, and sometimes you do really well, sometimes you don't. but no one's ever gonna say, you suck. It's always, you do the best you can do that day.